Welcome to the Marco Island Center for the Arts and the Advancing Art Program. Advancing Art Program has been designed to help high school and emerging artists learn about the business of being an artist. In this program, we have engaged professional working artists to share their expertise and their insights with you. Marco Island Center for the Arts wants to thank the Island Country Club Charitable Foundation for underwriting this program. Enjoy.
If you're watching this, it means you have dreams of following an artistic journey. And if you're watching this, I say follow those dreams. You've already recognized the desire and collected the courage to say, I'm an artist. Those are two big pieces. Without those pieces, nothing else matters. With those pieces in place, everything else will fall into place. That just requires practice, patience, and persistence. So, part of your journey will include applying to exhibits and various art shows, some indoors, some outdoors. Every show is a star on your arts resume, but a juried show, that's the gold star. You have every reason to make every application and presentation as professional as possible. My name is Tara O'Neill. I'm a professional artist. I have my own studio gallery. Predominantly I'm a painter, but venture into some 3D work, especially with fiberglass and some assemblage, which is the fancy French word for sticking things together. I've also been applying to juried art shows for several decades. And I have juried artists for both youth shows and professional exhibitions. So I've sat on both sides of the table and I know stuff. Times are ever changing. I don't know everything. But you can count on that. You actually have a great advantage over a fossil like me in that most of you are going to already be tech savvy, while I'm constantly playing catch up. Most shows are going to require electronic submissions, photographs of your work, either JPEGs emailed directly to the show organizer, or some will require the use of third-party applications. I think the most common one is called Zap. And those are free and all self-explanatory. It's just a nice way to get all your work and your artist statements and your bio all in one place so you can click a button to decide which ones to send out. The organizers and show sponsors have gone through great trouble to write out instructions, read them. The Zapplication apps will walk you through and your nimble minds will have no trouble. What they won't tell you is the reason I'm here today. I'm going to hit two B's. One is the technical, and the other is the subjective. Regarding the technical aspect, the rules are simple but absolute. First, you're going to need photographs. If you can't hire some professional, which most people can't. Today's cell phones are perfectly capable of taking high-resolution images. You'll usually be asked to have them at 300 dpi dots per inch or greater. And that's important. You want clarity. You don't want them so big that their computers can't open them up. When taking photographs, natural diffused light is your best. Flash is not. When possible, shoot against a white or a black background so you don't have any reflective color interfering with what your work is. Here's what I do. I have a very deep overhang on my porch, my front porch, so I do it outside. On a bright sunny day, the light is nice and diffused because of the shadow of the roof. You don't want shadows, of course, falling on your work. I usually hang a sheet of whiteboard behind, and that works fine for me. So for two-dimensional work, I do recommend a white backdrop, like this one. For 3D, I recommend having a piece of, it can be as simple as white or black poster board that hangs on the wall and will curve across onto the surface of the table you're setting your artwork on. That way there's no distracting crease line where the table surface meets the wall. It's distracting and it's not. It doesn't. For 3D work, you're going to have to see the background. You can't obviously crop it down as well as you can a painting. As much as possible, you want to fill your photo frame with your artwork. Not only does a proper photograph show your work with the best possible clarity, it also tells the viewer, in this case a juror or judge, that you care, that you take your work seriously, and you can present professionally. It shows respect for the exhibit and the project that you're submitting to. You send me a photograph that shows a beautiful piece of artwork thumbtacked to a wall, and it's between you and somebody who took the trouble to make a nice presentation, you get it, you're out of there. So second, let's go to the subjective. There's an impulse to show off your versatility. I know, I made that mistake. It's a selection of vastly different motifs or vastly different techniques. Show all your stretch. It might be your impulse, but it's the wrong impulse. Maybe it should be right, but it isn't. Jurors want to see cohesiveness, stability, commitment, continuity. They want to be sure that this item is not just a flash in the pan, that you can do it again. Do your homework. I'm going to say this again. Read the instructions. They're usually pretty basic, but you have to read them. Everybody's got a little different quirk. So, you've been accepted. Yay! Now what? You have to deliver your work. You have to deliver it on the date that's in the instructions and in the time slot that's in the instructions. If it's two-dimensional work, you want it framed or gallery wrapped. You want it wired properly, no zip hooks. And if it's if it's three-dimensional work, inquire about pedestals. If it's an indoor venue, like here at the Marco Center for the Arts, they will supply you with pedestals for your sculptures, whatever it is you have. Outdoor shows probably won't, but ask. You want to be sure you're fully informed. And I'm just going to show you this painting of mine. Isn't it lumpy? But it's gallery wrapped. I seldom frame. I kind of think that real art doesn't match your furniture, but frames can. People have their own taste there. So when I paint on 1.5-inch thick frames. I will usually paint them a solid color. Some artists like to continue their image all around. That's personal. The wire. Here we are 3 inches from the top, held on with V-hooks, and I'm not sure you can see, but there is tape around the wire wrapped edges. Those wires can fray, and the last thing the intake team needs is to cut the little fingers on frayed wire. So you've signed on the back, you've written your title on your back, you've got your wire wrapped, and everybody at the intake table is already in love with you. You've been on time. Often they can give you labels that have to be attached to the paintings. If it's possible to download them, to print them, and fill them out ahead of time, as they are at the Marco Island Center for the Arts, you can already fill them out, have them taped to the back, and totally impress the intake team. I'd like to say that you are welcome to visit me at my studio gallery. It's down at Goodland. If you want to contact me, you can do it through my website, taraogallery.com. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope this has helped. And good luck to the future.